What he's referring to is in 2016, it started out as kind of a rough year for me. Around the 5th of that month, I started having some cluster migraine headaches, which is like multiple migraines at the same time. But we were supposed to sing on a cruise, the group I was singing with, and I said, I'm not missing the cruise, I'm gonna go sing, no matter what. So I went on that cruise and I sang. And on the way home, my wife and I were driving home and we stopped in Tifton, Georgia to get gas. And I walked into the gas station, came back out, and looked at my wife and I said, I can't get my breath. I'm completely out of breath. Well, we were gonna stay at a hotel right there, so we went checked into our hotel room, and I started to walk across the room and everything started to go black. So I grabbed the desk that was in the middle of the room and I turned to my wife and I said, something's wrong. So she listened to my heart. She's a nurse. So she laid her head on my chest and listened to my heart. She said, you need to go to the ER right now. And I said, but this bed is much more comfortable than a hospital bed. I'd much rather stay here. But then I had a profound thought. I don't want to wake up dead. That was my thought. So I said, fine, I'll go to the hospital. Long story short, I was there for a few days. We went back to Cincinnati, and they sent me to see a cardiologist there because they didn't know what was wrong with me in Georgia. So they did an EKG, and they said, we need you to go over and get a heart monitor for 48 hours, and we need you to do a stress test. I was much larger than I am now. I weighed about 355 pounds at that point. And I walked in, and I stepped up on the treadmill, and the lady said, well, this isn't going to take long. And I thought, well, how rude. You know, I was like, is that a fat joke or what? But anyway, I stepped up on the treadmill, and she said my heart rate was already 122 beats a minute. So I went through the first round, the second round, and she said, can you make it another 30 seconds? And I said, I think I can. And that's all I got out. And I hit the floor. I went into sudden cardiac arrest. My heart was doing 291 beats a minute. They had to do 3 rounds of CPR and shock me 3 times. And you know, Pastor, many times I've sat in pews of churches, and I've heard pastors say, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed your next breath. But being a man, you kind of think sometimes in your human body, yeah, right. I learned a lesson that day. That's a very true statement. Because one minute I was on that treadmill, the next minute I was on the floor dead, the next second. So it's a very true thing. And I'm very blessed that God has allowed me to come back from that, travel and sing and live out my dream with the Dixie Melody Boys. I'm just having a great time. I'm blessed, very, very blessed. So I'm gonna sing a song for you that was a classic quartet song made famous by Mr. Rosie Roselle, Hide Thou Be.